Yeah. Good morning, it's Todd and Aaron, morning stream on GetPartDaily.com. We are, today is just a crazy news day, and we're going to get some help from Daisy coming up.
I think right away, yeah.
Yeah. Should we check the cam first?
Okay, yeah. Morning Mountain Cam brought to you by Robert J. DeBry and Associates. On the bright side here in Salt Lake City, it's a beautiful day, and we're getting warmer for the rest of this week. 77 for a high today, then it goes into the 80s tomorrow, and so on. And we go to almost normal June temperatures by this weekend. We have a lot of festivals coming up that we can tell you about. But right now, Daisy, I'm so glad you came in. We needed a smart monkey because this is all the big stuff now.
Gosh,
Oh,
yeah.
where are we going to start?
I was actually looking at my Twitter this morning, and that's the first thing I heard about this, the congressional shooting. I guess Senator Mike Lee from Utah here and his aide were the first to tweet that something had happened. And his aide said, no, this is real. This is actually happening. What exactly do you know so far about the shooting?
Yeah, so it's looking like this is out of Alexandria, Virginia. Happened about 6:30 this morning.
Mm-hmm.
We have a white man allegedly targeting Republicans. Shot 5 people, including the House Majority Whip Steve Scalise, with a rifle at an early morning congressional baseball practice.
I knew they'd been practicing, I think, a couple times a week for the last month or so because they're going to be doing a big game, I guess, next week.
So it's all of them playing?
Yeah.
All the
oh, man, that's perfect.
Politicians.
Yeah.
And allegedly, the gunman asked, I mean, this is really early days in breaking news, but
Sure.
allegedly, various outlets are reporting that the gunman asked the group if they were Republicans or Democrats.
Great.
Before he started shooting.
Great, that's wonderful.
No fatalities. 5 people were shot. It's looking like Scalise was shot in the hip. 2 members of his security detail were also shot, and then an unnamed congressional staffer shot in the leg. And then the gunman also shot. But none of these are fatal.
They were talking to one woman who went to the dog park, and she was walking through when it broke out. She heard the popping, and then it kept getting closer. And
Can you imagine?
She was in the middle of a field with her dog, and there was one tree, and she cuddled down behind it and ended up, crawling on her stomach out of there when someone was distracted. So
she's a smart thinker. I know. I was listening to an interview with a gent, and I guess his apartment house was right by there, and he opened his door. He says, "Come in here." So I guess a bunch of congressmen ran in there, and that's how he pulled a bunch of people out, and they all stayed in there till the police arrived. But it was interesting.
Again,
he was really savvy though, because the reporter's going, "Well, who did you have in there?" And he goes, "Well, I'm not going to say." He said, "They're still not out of here yet, and I'm not going to tell anybody."
Right.
Well, I liked the thought though that he was thinking enough to go, "I'm not going to tell you who's in here because it's still not secure." Really.
Safe yet?
So,
Right.
So
that's happening now. That's going to be going on. Was it last night in London?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So London has just. I mean,
Daisy,
all
what is
these
happening to your
things
hometown?
Happening, this happened. It was I think it was about 4 a.m. in London, which puts us at about 9 here in the States. And basically, this is a tower block, which is 2 miles away from my dad's house.
A tower block is what?
Oh, a tower block is like a block of flats.
Like an apartment building?
Yeah,
Okay.
an apartment building.
But as you can see, it's a huge apartment building, and they described it as a waterfall of flame, which is just, if you look at this picture, it's overwhelming.
Yeah, and we're talking, I mean, a big tower block, 600 residents, 120 flats. And at this point in time, they're saying that they think that nobody on the top 3 floors survived. And so it's 27 stories, and it went up in flames in just 15 minutes.
And what could make something go that fast? Are
Well,
they
they just
anticipating terrorism?
I heard we haven't heard that.
No, I think
there's no
I
indication
think not.
okay,
I think
thank
not.
gosh.
Early
glad for that.
reports are indicating that it may have been a faulty fridge, but there's also been some quite major criticism of. I guess allegedly there was no working fire alarm. The sprinklers failed, and the only staircase was blocked. So at this point, we've got 50 people rushed to 5 different hospitals, but the tragedy is that the fire is still burning, and therefore there are a lot of people that are still inside.
And just the smoke alone is a story about a woman who threw her baby and dropped the baby from a 10 stories and was caught.
Yeah. I guess she shouted out the window. She was fairly far up and shouted out, can you catch the baby? And a gentleman below in the crowd caught the baby,
stepped out and did that.
And that baby has only broken bones and bruises. But
the baby's alive.
Yeah, the baby's alive. They're calling this one of the worst fires in British history.
And it's not even out yet.
No. And when you look at the just that area of London or any very dense city like that, my worry was also
spread.
if it spreads, if it collapses, which it may still do.
They have structural engineers on site right now and they're evaluating. So I mean, it's just like,
I can't imagine anything the size of that, though. They've been battling this place for 10 hours, and they still haven't gotten it out.
Right.
And then the firemen can only get to the 12th floor from the outside because it's a high-rise, But then if you look at it, it's like this tall monolith among all these smaller buildings,
Right.
And you can see it. I would imagine you can see this from this morning, last night. From a lot of different places.
I'm sure your father was...
Yeah, where's your father from? Close.
Well, this was in Notting Hill, so that's where the movie Notting Hill. It's a very nice residential area, and Dad's about 2 miles away from that in Chiswick. So Steve was just asking me, well, would your dad have been able to see it? And first of all, I said no, I don't think so. But then I'm thinking, well, actually, possibly, yes,
given the height
because
of the
height of the building.
At least the smoke, and it's just so that's going to keep developing.
That's going to keep developing, and
both stories.
We will return. If we have any more breaking news, other than what we have now, we'll obviously return to that and give you more. And then just in terms of other news,
local stuff. Go ahead.
Local stuff. We've got Salt Lake City Police Department asking for the public's help in identifying a man who robbed a bank in Salt Lake City on Monday. The suspect entered the Key Bank at 290 South and 1300 East just before 3 p.m. and handed the teller a note demanding cash. The same man is a suspect in a May 31st robbery at Zions Bank at 701 East and 400 South. And anyone who may know the suspect's name or location is asked to call police at 801-799-3000. And it's official. Jim Winder will be Moab's next chief of police. The Moab City Council voted unanimously to hire Winder, who recently announced his plan to step down as Salt Lake County Sheriff. He cited ongoing friction with Salt Lake City Police Chief Mike Brown and Mayor Jackie Biskupski over the city's homeless crisis. Winder is expected to start in Moab July 1st. And just a quick look at the forecast today for the Wasatch Front. After a bit of a cold snap in the last few days, high temps return to normal with expected high around 77 degrees today. Thursday and Friday we'll be reaching mid to upper 80s under mostly sunny skies.
And the weekend's going to go up in the upper 90s.
Sort of like normal, like we're supposed to have in June.
No one is happy.
No
one's happy.
I'm happy.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. And like
Thank
I said,
so
if there's anything else that breaks in the meantime while we're on air, I'll come back in and give you an update.
It. Thanks.
Thank you,
Love
guys.
Daisy.
Love
Thank
you
you.
too.
All right, news was brought to you today by...
First of all, Robert J. DeBry and Associates. Robert J. DeBry has offices in Salt Lake City, San Diego, and in St. George. You can also reach them by going to robertdebry.com. Executive Transportation, our friend March with his fleet of beautiful Escalades to the airport, a night out. He's always ready for you at executiveutah.com. And All Utah Plumbing. This is the time now that we are actually going back into the upper 90s to make sure that your air conditioner and sprinklers are working. You might want to reach him at allutahplumbing.com.
The Celtics fans went crazy because...
I'm sort of happy because it's
Gordon
Boston.
Hayward.
At least it's ours,
Right.
sort of.
So, incredible player for the Utah Jazz, Gordon Hayward, is a free agent now, which means he can go anywhere he wants and make the $1 billion.
We'd really prefer you stay here, though, Gordon, because
And so there's a bunch of teams vying for him, and there's rumors,
especially after the playoffs
and
this year,
the
because he
Celtics,
was fantastic.
yeah, and the Celtics are really looking at him. And then again, he tweeted this photo of his kid and his lovely wife.
Yeah, his beautiful wife, and holding on to his little girl, and you'll know kind of by the shirt. And it's really sad that we have to get our sports news from a toddler's outfit, but you have to admit
Celtics.
that it seems like a relatively obvious thing, because I'm pretty sure that Gordon Hayward wouldn't accidentally tweet a picture of his daughter wearing a team shirt.
And may I not quote him at all, but basically what he said was, "Oh no, my wife found 2 shirts that fit both my baby and her at a discount place."
We thought it'd be really cute to take a matching picture in shamrocks. Yeah.
He should wear like a different symbol for every team for every day.
Oh, I would totally screw with people. Wouldn't you? Just wear their baseball hat like every day a new one?
Or like the worst team in the NBA and keep hinting that you're going there.
Give them some hope. That's so mean.
That is just mean, isn't it? I'm sorry.
Okay, I hate to do this, but I have been waiting all day.
Okay.
I've been waiting all morning for this. I sent this last night to Brendan, and I'm just beside myself with excitement. It didn't start out great. Basically, it's an Ogden jogging trail. 2 people were jogging. This guy came racing up to them. He had a tool. It's a tree cutting tool. He says, "I'm going to get you!" And just like that, and started chasing after them.
I'm going to get you?
Exactly like that. With the tree cutting tool. So he's chasing them along. They got away from him by the Ogden River, called police. Police arrested him. Take a look at this mugshot.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm guessing there might have been some sort of chemicals involved with this activity.
The face makes me think, rah!
You can also believe him going, "I'm gonna get ya!" Just like that, because he's kind of...
There's 2 things that bother me about this.
Explain.
Well, 3.
Well, several.
Number 1, he's chasing someone. Number 2, it's a tool. Be more specific. Then they said a tree tool. Okay. Be more specific. Was it a bow saw? Was it, a chainsaw? And then the third thing is, what an idiot, because why would somebody chase trained runners?
Okay, once again, let's go back to the basics. Let's look at his face one more time. Could you throw that up one more time, Brandon? I don't think he was thinking anything through.
Oh my God!
I don't think when he started chasing people who could run faster than him while wielding a tree cutting tool, he was really even considering perhaps the repercussions of his actions. I think he was perhaps crazy.
That should be in the top 10 mugshots.
You know what? Maybe he was thinking, go big or go home. Why do the sad, depressed mugshot? Why not just do the, it's all good mugshot?
It's just, I had the tool. I saw some runners. I just had to.
It's going to be fun.
All right, Christopher's.
I'm kind of excited. Coming up, by the way, we've got a list of a lot of the festivals that are happening this weekend, and we've got an interview with somebody from the Blues Festival, which is epic because they do all these things like workshops and things I had no idea about.
Brian Kelm.
And just the fact that we're like the whitest state in America, and we have an internationally recognized blues festival, to me, is like the most epic thing ever.
So we'll be talking about that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, the big thank you from Christopher's. We wanted to tell you thank you so much, because just the fact that you guys have been sticking with us through the new venture and the podcast and all the weirdness, and you've been amazing. So we wanted to send you to Christopher's Prime Steakhouse, which, as you know, is the steak to die for. And basically, we sent some winners last weekend, and as you can see, I'm very happy for them. They look delighted. Todd and I were eating cold hot dogs, but
matter of fact,
thank heavens they were happy.
They had one of our cell numbers, and all they kept doing is texting pictures of food. And
we hate them very much.
We do hate them. Like this much, not a huge amount.
In any case, this is all for you. And so basically you, 3 friends, we send you out there. We also send you with March and executive transportation. You've got limo service to and from your house, so you don't have to worry about a designated driver. Only thing you have to do to enter to win is go to one of our 3 Facebook pages, the Todd and Aaron page, Gephardt Daily or Gephardt Approved. Just make a comment under today's show. Make sure you like the page, please, and then just share. You're entered. We draw another winner on Friday, and it's probably going to be you.
How cool is that?
Just that
and by the
simple.
way, thank you very much.
We really appreciate you.
All right, so plumbing. If you need plumbing, we have the person. It's all Utah Plumbing, heating and air, and sprinklers, and sewer lines, and clogged drains, and garbage disposals, and everything that has water inside that's supposed to stay there. John and his crew can come out and make sure that everything is working right. They have a special going on we're going to tell you about all month long, where they come out and they'll take care of everything, including draining your hot water tank, which evidently is really important. All you have to do is go to allutahplumbing.com.
All right, stay with us. Coming up next, all your information about festivals. You're going outside this weekend whether you want to or not. Oh yeah, it's happening. We're brought to you this morning by Executive Transportation. Elegant service, professional style. Go to executiveutah.com. And All Utah Plumbing. Your home deserves the best. 24-hour emergency service at allutahplumbing.com. And also by Columbus Travel. If you go to columbusvacations.com, you can sign up for a weekly newsletter that always has great last-minute deals on hotels, airfare, cruises, and more. Did you know you can catch the Todd and Aaron Morning Stream any time of the day or night on Facebook, YouTube, and SoundCloud, and GephartDaily.com?
We're like Festival Central. We had the Color Fest last weekend. We had the Scottish Highland Games. We had
Epic Food Truck Face-Off, all kinds of good stuff.
And so this weekend, we'll give you a little time by telling you now that you can plan.
All right, if you're heading up north because it's cooler up there, number one is Raspberry Days around Bear Lake. Grab the shakes.
The raspberry shakes.
And they've got Summerfest. This is Father's Day weekend this weekend. Oh, crap, I got to get you something. It's Father's Day weekend. Anyway, they're having the Logan Arts Festival. It's an amazing time to go because if you go up and down, they have all kinds of amazing booths. You can go up and down Main Street. There's all kinds of festival activities there. They also have West Fest. Now, this is the big one for West Valley City. This thing is gigantic. I had not realized how big it was before. They go full carnival. They have all the cool rides and all the different things happening. There's tons of local vendors and artists.
That's huge.
So it's just really, really, really fun. As you can see, my photo's not the best it could be, but you can see that it's fun and awesome. So, and then number three, and this one's very close to my heart. My sister Julie and her husband are foster parents, and the Chalk Art Festival down at the Gateway.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that incredible?
That's on a flat surface?
Look at that 3D. Isn't that beautiful?
I've seen these.
This festival benefits the Utah Foster Care Foundation, and it's absolutely exquisite. So if you go, that's going to be down at the Gateway this weekend.
And the chalk thing, what they tell you to do is you go down and you walk through, and you either take pictures of them in progress, or just go back and check them every 15 minutes. And they really go quickly, and sometimes they have teams and stuff. So it's going to be really cool.
Just the whole 3D nature of that, to me, though, is absolutely stunning. It's like, how do you put that together with chalk on a flat surface?
Washes away.
I know, doesn't that? If I were the artist, I'd be like, no, put something on it.
This is like the Buddhists who get together and they do the sand circles and all this delicate ink.
Beautiful art.
And then they just... I don't think they make that noise.
But they say life is impermanent, and so is art, and so is time. And you're like, don't get all philosophical. Just don't mess with it. Let me look at it a little longer.
Hey, coming up next, Brian Kelmus here, and he's the organizer for the Blues Festival here in Utah. It's the third annual, and we checked it out last year. Let's take a look. Kenny Neal, good morning and welcome to the Todd and Aaron Morning Stream.
Good morning.
So you're coming to Salt Lake City. I am so excited because you've been doing the blues for how long? I mean, it's been forever.
Well, I'm 60 years old this year, and I've been playing since I was 6.
And so your father was the influence on the harmonica, wasn't he?
Yeah, Rafe O'Neill was my dad. He recorded back in the 50s, late 50s, 56, 57. And he had a band was called Rafe O'Neill and the Clouds. And his guitar player was Buddy Guy.
Oh my gosh, Buddy Guy.
Yeah, he was my dad's guitar player. And when Buddy took off to go to Chicago, my dad put Buddy brother in the band, Field Guy. So I grew up around a lot of blues guys like Lazy Lester, Slim Harpo. All of these guys was right from Baton Rouge, and I guess I just grew up in a household of music.
Have you been to Salt Lake City before?
Oh yeah, I've been to Salt Lake City many times. I used to play back in the days at a place called Zephyrs.
3rd and West Temple, great club. And
yeah.
How did you find the Salt Lake audiences? Is there anything different about them?
You know, every time I come to Salt Lake, they really enjoy the music. They enjoy the blues, and we had a great time the last time I was there. So I think it's a lot of blues lovers there.
I got to ask you, though, here you are a blues singer. First of all my interviews, whenever I talk to someone who sings the blues, you guys seem to be the happiest people I know.
Well, you know, we do what we love doing. Most of the blues guys, you know, they love the music and they love what they're doing, and it's just a whole different vibe, you know, when it comes down to the real hardcore blues players. It all comes from the heart. because we're playing what we feel. We're not technical players. A lot of us haven't been taught the theory. So we're doing what we love doing. Pick up a guitar and it make noise and it sound good. People dancing to it. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
So Kenny, with the blues, there seems to be a really tight brotherhood.
Oh yeah, very much. Very much. It's one big family.
Yeah, there is a specific person who gave you a specific piece of advice, one of the musicians, that kind of still sticks with you?
Well, my dad, Rayful, he just wanted me to treat people the way I want to be treated, and respect people. And my grandmother, who raised my dad, my dad was mother passed when he was 2 months old, so a half sister raised him, which was my grandmother to me. And she used to tell me all the time is, everybody is somebody. So you don't just pass them by.
Well, I got to tell you, we are so excited to see you. It's part of the Utah Blues Festival coming up June 17th at the Gallivan Center, and you can get tickets at utahbluessociety.org. Kenny Neal, thanks for talking with me today.
Thank you so much, and I'm looking forward to coming and promoting my new CD, Bloodline.
Well, we're looking forward to it. We'll see you June 17th. Thank you, Kenny Neal.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right, so cool. And look who's with us, Brian Callen. Brian, good morning.
Good morning, Todd. How are you?
Now, you were the host.
Hi, Aaron.
Hi, you were the host of the longest-running radio show about blues.
And still are.
And here, in the whitest state in America, look at you.
And
You're a
where,
blues
tell you what,
aficionado.
And where is that?
KRCL 90.9 FM every Monday night.
You know, it's so fun that we can announce other radio stations because before it
we're
was
not
taboo.
working for one, so we don't have to.
This is so much fun. Okay, third year organizing the Blues Festival right here in Utah.
Yes, sir.
So how is this show different than the other two?
Well, we've stepped up our game quite a bit. We got 4 killer national headliners, 2 of which have never been here before. The 2 young women, Anika Chambers out of Houston, Texas, this big black gal. She'll blow your...
Oh, she's
she
got
is
an
the
incredible voice.
She's the one I'm most excited about. And then after that, Samantha Fish out of Kansas City, ripping guitar player. And then we moved to the west coast of Los Angeles, California, to an old legend who used to play the Zephyr, the Dead Goat, Rod Piazza.
The Dead Goat.
It's
Right.
so
And
cool.
the Zephyr.
Remember that?
There's
Right.
a blast from the past.
Yeah.
And Kenny Neal is also pretty old school. You've had him on your show, and he's been around quite a bit. He played the Zephyr and Dead Goat, and he is our main headliner. He was Grammy nominated earlier this year. Just won 2 Blues Music Awards. He's phenomenal.
Wow.
It's like almost an educational program too, because the workshops. Now I know it's just one of them is sold out,
Oh, Carrie
Yes,
says, my
just
husband
sold
listens
out.
to his show all the time. He loves it.
right?
Extra exclamation points for to looking at Facebook Live this morning. So, yes, you have fans. Now,
So let me.
let's talk about the tickets.
The cigar box guitars.
Yeah.
explain the workshop.
explain the
Carrie.
Very, very popular. Yeah, it just sold out yesterday. Mere $25, and you walk away with a $250 guitar. We also have 2 of them that are professionally made. We're going to get them signed by the artists, and we're going to use those for a raffle. So
Right.
you can enter a raffle and win a really nice cigar
That is
box
so
guitar.
cool that you're doing an educational thing, and then the concert Gallivan Center. It's outdoors. It's beautiful.
Thank
Weather
God
looks
you've got
good.
good weather.
Weather
looks great.
killer. Yes. Oh, we're so like
were
that
pre-
could make or break us.
I know,
Yeah,
you were praying to
exactly.
the right gods, whatever you did,
Yeah.
because, you've got beautiful weather for this down at the Gallivan. Now, what's the easiest way to get tickets? Just show up? Do you want them to do it online?
Best way is to do it online at utahbluesfest.org. $35 for 7 bands. You can do it at the gate, but why deal with
Wait
that?
in that
Just get it
line
done.
and right.
Yeah.
You know what surprised
Get
me
her
last
done.
year when because we caught a couple of the acts is that how many people bring their kids? And the kids they
Yeah.
all had better moves than I did, so I just sat there and didn't embarrass myself. But it was interesting how many people brought their little kids and how excited they were. And because
Yeah.
traditionally I think, well, this is kind of a cooler, older style of music, and maybe just adults.
And it is.
It was, I was
And
amazed
the
at how many
kids.
kids totally dug it.
Yeah, it appeals, and that's part of our mission as the Utah Blues Society is to involve the youth, to let them know that this is the foundation of everything they're listening to. I don't care you know, if it's Kendrick this or Shakur that, or, you know,
Right.
it all
Right.
came from the blues. So we do this Blues in Schools program where we teach kids about the foundations and the fundamentals of this greatest of all American musical art form.
That's
Since
amazing.
you've been doing the blues show for so long, what is ground zero for blues? Where did it spark?
Mississippi, unquestionably.
Really?
It
You're gonna stick
arose
with
out of the slave trade in Mississippi, and they did this call and response to each other. They couldn't talk to each other because the boss man would beat them.
Right.
So they would get away with it by singing, and they would sing
Back
choruses
and forth.
back and forth to each other.
Wow.
And they would use code a lot of times. They couldn't say the boss man was beating me down, but they'd say in code about how, you know, their mule doesn't want to work or something, or their
Right.
mule's getting
Right.
too hot or beat up, you know, things like that. And it would all be in code.
Yeah, it's interesting. Todd brought this up, but you think about it, for the blues, for that name, it's astonishing how much joyful, happy music there is. We talked to a couple of artists about it. Like I said,
They're
the music's
always-
like actually healing.
Yeah.
It
The
feels
blues-
very joyful and healing. So that seems like an irony to
The
me.
blues guys are like the happiest guys I've met.
Right, exactly, which is another fallacy that we're trying to, in addition to getting the youth involved, we're trying to let people know that blues is some of the most joyous music there is. If you're feeling down, it's going to make you feel better. If you're feeling great, it's going to make you feel even more better. So it's such happy music. It resonates in people's souls, I believe. If you don't like the blues, you got to have a hole in your soul. It just speaks to people on a raw level.
All right, so for
That's
tickets,
amazing.
just go to utahbluesfest.org, and more about the society, go to utahbluessociety.org. Thanks,
Right.
Brian, for being here.
Thanks for having
We'll
me.
see you Saturday.
Absolutely.
All
It's gonna
right.
be so much
Noon
fun.
to 10 p.m. It's going to be fun.
Coming up, we're going to show you what the bad thing is about manspreading. Manspreading, and that's coming up right after this.
Merit Medical. Why work for fast food wages when you can start at Merit for a whole lot more? Merit Medical. Great products, great people, a great company. Learn more at merit.com/careers. The law offices of Robert J. DeBry and Associates, with offices in Salt Lake City, Sandy City, and St. George. Check them out at robertdebry.com.
The Todd and Aaron morning stream is actually available anytime at gephardtdaily.com. Just click on the Todd and Aaron page.
Package.
Sorry, we were just moving around because we had Brian here, so we
Yeah.
got a little ask.
That was cool.
Isn't that amazing to see?
that was cool.
I know. I love the fact, though, that they're doing the school program, because you're right. If you don't educate the kids, too, what it is and why blues are important, they're never going to know, and
This
they're
is
not going to
true.
get excited. Okay, you were doing a DIY with John the other day.
John from All Utah Plumbing, take a look.
Morning, Todd.
Morning, John. How are
How's it
you?
going?
Nice yard.
Thank you.
Nice truck.
I work hard at that.
I'm looking. I think you're prettier than Gephardt.
I agree. That's rude, but I agree.
So what are we talking about today? We're talking about, like, in general, right? The whole house.
So, Todd, it's late spring.
Okay.
It's summer, in my opinion. So our phone is just going. We're doing the sprinklers, the air conditioning, just everything else. And the deal is like the videos we've done, the DIY stuff that
You should
we've
watch
done.
those because
Yeah.
they're funny, and I'm always standing in the shower.
So John, we've known each other for a long time, but it's the first time we've showered together.
Okay, so you're just rinsing, basically kind of at a 45-degree angle, maybe a little bit more. On the air conditioning, I was showing you
Right.
and our audience, just and everybody out there, rinse that thing off, change the filter, you know, those kind of things.
Well,
and
my friend called the other day and said her air conditioning was freezing up, frosting, right?
Right.
And we talked about that. Changed the filter, better airflow, and then the problem went away.
Exactly. And we can come out like we've talked about and perform a more detailed evaluation and better cleaning. But
Right.
those are things you can do on your own. The next thing you can do on your own is drain that water heater down. You just shut the gas off,
You know,
shut the water off.
I think this is a job for you guys.
It is great to have us do,
Right.
but the homeowner can do it too. It's
Yeah.
a little bit of patience, and I'm about if they can do it,
Right.
you know, let's do it. At any rate, drain that water heater down and then fill it back up. Then you turn your water back on, fill it full all the way full, and then voila, turn your gas back on. You're good. The next thing is on your sprinkler system.
Right.
You know, on a Sunday or whatever, you're kind of watering it, that kind of thing. Just see how they're spraying. Are they spraying the grass? Concrete doesn't grow, everybody.
No.
Concrete doesn't grow. So water the grass that you want to grow.
Right.
And then check your time. What we have going on right now, Todd,
Right.
is for $189. What we do is we come out to the home and we will check the plumbing under the sinks, everything visible. Just make sure it's working right. Take a
Right.
pressure test
Okay.
for the water, everything we've talked about. Then the HVAC system, the furnace, the AC, go through and do all the cleaning that's necessary and safety checks.
Right.
And then we're going to drain the water heater,
Which is really important.
and flush it out for you.
Right.
So we do the whole thing, $189.
And you do it the right way.
And we do it the right
do
way,
it
the real way.
The real way. All right, cool. And how long? Just 1 month.
Yeah, good through June.
All right. Go to the website, allutahplumbing.com, and they'll help you out there.
Well, it was a pleasure visiting
You
today.
too, Ed. Nice yard. Nice
Thanks.
truck.
All right, in Madrid, they have an announcement for you if you take public transportation, and it is keep your knees together. This is not about
Why
birth.
can't they do that here?
This is not about birth control. They want you to keep your knees together, and they're talking about men. Manspreading. Here's the sign you will see in their
That is epic.
buses and subways, which is no doing this. You're one seat and one seat only.
I've had guys sit next to me on airplanes that would actually flip up the arm of the seat so that they could manspread further into my seat. And it's like, and girlfriends of mine, like in LA and New York City, where you have to take public transportation all the time, that is like the endless nightmare. And you always see pictures of women like this, huddled here. And he's just got his legs spread, he's reading the paper.
Well, they do it
looking
to
at his
guys.
phone.
They
And
do
it's
it
like,
to
dudes.
They do it to guys too. You know, there's always that moment when you sit down and who's going to get the armrest, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
And there's kind of and they move you and you go in and grab it, you know? And then...
But
if
the
they-
armrest is nothing compared to the manspreading. It's like, keep your knees over there
And
on
I'm-
your side of the seat.
And I'm 6'2", so I can barely get my feet under the seat in front of me. But I am aware of the spreading.
But you do not do the manspreading.
I don't.
You're considered. I can see this in Madrid too, because it's like that whole culture. Hey, how you doing?
Ciao.
I'm a guy. That would be Italy, but
And they-
that's similar. That's
Close, isn't it?
It's
Big
a
cluster.
touching.
Big cluster.
Touching, so that's good.
Eventually you are. And the worst is the 2-part spread.
which is. Oh, yeah. Now you've managed to take my seat back and my seat space.
Yeah. Now
Thank
I'm
you
taking,
so much.
Now I'm taking 3 seats.
It is infuriating.
So in Madrid,
But the question is, they do have the little signs, but does that mean that they're actually going to do anything about
I
it? Are we
think-
like talking tickets
I
for
think-
the manspreading? What happens?
I think they should have a crew, the police, that walk down, and if they see someone sitting like that, they give them a little kick in the groin.
Is that allowed? Because I would totally volunteer.
It's Madrid. It's close to Italy. Maybe.
I would totally volunteer for that.
Oh, you're a little scary.
Well, you just have to understand, as a woman, after centuries, it feels like just sitting like this. You know, when you're traveling, it's just nice
All
to
right.
know you could actually have your whole seat. You never fight me. You let me have the arm, and sometimes you never like do the manspread thing to me.
But I always get the window.
Well, this is true. You
All right.
always have to have that.
Tell me something good.
We could use one of
please.
those today, and I think this one is. I've treasured this. I've kind of held on to it for a really needy day, and this is a good day, I think, for us to hear something meaningful. Really, really serious situation in Palestine. This family was involved in a head-on crash. The mom was severely injured, father killed instantly. And the baby, Yaman Abu Ramia, was taken to the hospital by paramedics. He was in the pediatric ward, and he was just inconsolable. And
Where's the mom?
she's in the hospital too. She's
Okay.
being treated for injuries.
Right.
So the aunt races down there, and she's like, "I'll get him a bottle," and they're trying to do formula, and they're trying to help him. And
So we're talking a little baby.
he's tiny, yeah.
Okay.
And Yaman just couldn't do it. He wouldn't drink, he wouldn't eat, and he was
Because-
just distraught. So this is hours.
Wait, why? Oh,
Because his mom nursed him, she
Oh,
breastfed him.
his
So,
breastfeeding, okay.
and he was just too frightened, he couldn't do it. So a Jewish nurse came on duty, Ula Ostrowski-Zak, and she said, "What's going on?" And they were telling
Oh, my
about
gosh.
what was happening. Look
Oh,
at the
my
look of his
gosh.
auntie, and she goes, "Oh," she said, "I'm nursing right now," and she volunteered to nurse the baby.
Palestinian.
And so, and it was incredible. The aunt said, "I was surprised that a Jew would agree to breastfeed him." And Ula said, "Well, any mother would do it." So the aunts embraced her and said, "Thank you." But he was able to be calm. They got him stabilized. And she, I guess, nursed him for the next 12 hours until the mother had recovered enough to be able to take.
They actually posted about other mothers, would be willing to do this, and she got over 1,000 responses. And it's sad that this has to be an outstanding story, right? It's sad that I don't know.
I don't know. It's one of the most moving things. Obviously, with our Zozo, I couldn't nurse, and we had, there was, I think, maybe 15 women who actually donated breast milk for our daughter. And so, to me, that's like the most beautiful gift that you could possibly give anybody. And the fact that this Jewish nurse instantly went, well, of course, and just like a look on the auntie's face, like,
yeah.
Wouldn't you would have that same look though if it's your baby, the child that you love,
right? And you're in a hospital, and their job is to care for.
Yeah.
So.
And she instantly went, yeah.
Because she has her own baby at home.
So anyway, tell me something good. I thought we needed
Holy
one of those
mackerel! Where are we?
I feel much happier.
I'm getting all verklempt here.
Okay, explain this to me. What are we talking about with the pianos? Is there a reason? I have them here.
Thanks for reminding me.
Oh, good.
So there's a record for doing something in the world, and they decided that
our McLean's favorite keyboard.
Put this right here. Okay, and I've got one too.
The cat piano. I thought you'd hidden that on top of the roof.
This was on the roof, and I went and got it because
we have a dog guitar too. He hates both of them a lot.
Gosh.
Okay, why do we have these?
Okay, this is going to be great. So this happened on the 7th. Wrong story. So anyway, this guy. So here. No, I'm going to stick with it.
Shut up, guys.
Shut up, guys in the back. I found it. Okay.
It's like the
digital
equivalent of a Greek chorus. Having these guys behind us laughing all the time.
All right, so here's the deal. So on the 7th, Portuguese-American displayed this athletic prowess and giving a single piano key and hitting it more than 800 times. Actually, 824 in 60 seconds.
Domingos Antonio Gomez.
Right.
Professional musician. He's been playing since he was 7.
Right.
This is the Guinness World Record for most piano key hits in 1 minute. 500 times?
No, excuse me. 824.
Oh, good Lord.
He used the B7th. A nice choice.
Okay.
The old record was 765. He said, quote, I broke this record in order to gain visibility in the international world of music by demonstrating my athletic prowess on the piano.
Okay.
So.
I would picture athletic prowess as like lifting the piano, but sure, this is good too.
Well, he does that 2 things.
You're stretching the fingers, yeah. Okay.
For 60 seconds.
Now
I have never won a record before.
Really?
Yeah. So I think we should try.
You think we can actually click out 824 and beat this guy in 1 minute?
I'm going to count. I want you to do it, okay? And I'm going to start you. And I'd use the stopwatch on my, but why? So you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to use the 2-finger thing, or what are you going to do?
I think just
one single key.
I think that will be faster.
Ready? Set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, you're cheating.
6, 7, 8, 9.
It's going 10, faster than that.
11.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25.
I was actually counting the seconds, so you're disqualified.
No, you were cheating. I was counting the keystrokes.
I just want to see how hard that is. You know what I just realized? I just realized how annoying this is. The sad thing is he'll never have a date because he has to practice. There is some place in his... Yeah, that's good. There's some place in his world that he has a piano that he had to do this. And he was just... Imagine being the neighbor in an apartment next to him. I don't think there's a judge in the land that would convict you. I just don't. I felt like such a bad dad the other day.
Why is that?
Because
You're the world's best dad.
I realized that my Zozo is 6 years old and had never experienced something we all have done, and yet she had no idea what it was.
You had denied her this opportunity, huh?
Well, lucky you caught it on camera. So, well, we've all done this.
What are you doing here? What are you doing here?
Oh, we're doing it now? Okay, well, welcome to the Collard House. My name is Todd. I'm the father. This is Zoe. She's the child. How old are you?
6
6.
and 2/4.
Has never been introduced to the introduction of the canned whipped cream. And it simply goes like this. Come here. Open your mouth.
You okay? Is Daddy psycho?
Welcome to America.
Daddy tried to. You got to support her. Come on. Yeah, I married him. I married him.
I'm not sure. You know what my job in the world is? To be an idiot. My daughter's to be cute and her to laugh at me. Hey, thanks for joining us today. It's the Todd and Aaron Morning Stream on GetPartDaily.com.
Have a great day.
I want some whipped cream right now. I do.
Yeah, I married him. I married him.
Yeah, no. Oh.